With my partner Chris Paradise, and here we are with another edition of the Stranglehold podcast. So, a lot of hot button topics out there, wouldn't you say?
Man, this has been a week of surprises, circumstances, conspiracies. It's crazy what's going on right now in the world.
So now we have the Republican Party trying to sue and trying to overturn the election of one Joe Biden. I do think there needs to be a recount. I do think that we need to get some sort of closure on this and fast, because we got to show that we're Americans.
Absolutely.
Seems like people have forgotten that.
Unity is a big thing. No matter the outcome, I just hope unity takes place. Americans need to come together to be Americans. We said it on our last podcast.
Absolutely.
Man, we all bleed red, no matter the circumstances, no matter skin, race, color, your upbringing. If you cut someone, they bleed red. And if they don't, you should probably call somebody around The Walking Dead.
Right. But in all seriousness, so now we have the thing with social media singling out conservatives. Was it 2 million people a day leaving Facebook for apps like Parler and MeWe, is it?
Yeah, so that's what I heard. That's what I read today. Over the last 4 days, an average of 2 million people have left Facebook and have joined Parler. Now, MeWe was the first time I heard of that was today, and a lot of people were trying to send me invites to it. I didn't check it out. I kind of clicked on Parler. I didn't really get into it. I didn't sign up for it, but it seems to be the trend.
I have a Parler account. I set one up. Just one of my friends invited me, and it doesn't have the features that Facebook does. But what I think will happen if this keeps up is we might see another MySpace phenomenon where Facebook is almost like gone, and then all you have is Parler and MeWe.
I'm going to be honest. I never wanted to leave MySpace. MySpace was it, man. Like the music on the profiles, you could edit everything. You had a layout that you chose yourself. Mm-hmm. You could choose your top 10. How it got up to top 50, I think.
I kind of have something like that, but it's not like you can just play the song. It's connected to Spotify and all that, and it's like, if you don't have Spotify, it's like, whoops.
It's an extra ball of wax, and I agree, MySpace was where it was at.
Oh man, I loved it. When Facebook came in, when I first heard of it, it was the Facebook, and it didn't last long. But everybody's like, oh, Facebook's a place to be, and so then I started switching over to that, and then people started leaving MySpace, and I was like, no, come back.
Yeah, everybody started switching from MySpace to Facebook, and I was like, Facebook's all right, but I mean, I liked the idea that you customize whatever you want on MySpace.
And so maybe Tom will come back and help Parler. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Tom, if you're out there.
It's a great idea, man.
Yeah.
We miss our friend.
Yeah.
We miss our first friend.
Tom was everybody's friend.
Yeah, he was. Everybody loved Tom. So, MeWe, man, I don't know much about that, but it seems to be popping just as well. Supposedly, they're coming up with something else. I've heard Google's setting up an account for themselves, a social media platform. But one thing's for sure, with everything going on in the news, with the election, the recounts, do you trust any of the news sources, man? Like,
no.
CNN, everybody's reporting that CNN's dirty. Fox News is turned dirty. My wife was watching Fox News today, and they were making fun of CNN for being dirty. There was just a lot of political things going on.
It's like, yeah, it's like, just news, not bias. We need, honest to God, news.
Absolutely.
Because it's hard to say what to believe anymore.
Absolutely. Is there anything that you watch or you follow that actually gives you news that you want to read? I mean, I'll be the first to admit, man, when I watch the news, I get depressed. I mean, I never see anything positive anymore. It seems everything is 100% negative.
And now you're on social media, one side is completely being biased against.
Absolutely.
But they're saying, hey, we should all be tolerant and accept everybody, include everybody, but they want to push like one whole side of the demographic to the side.
Absolutely. I've seen it too, man, and it's completely not fair. I'm not trying to be political. I don't choose sides. I'll be 100% honest. I exercise my right not to vote. I felt like there was no winning between the two of them. It was choosing lesser of two evils. That's my opinion. I can't speak for everybody else.
Hey, you want me to be honest? I wrote my own name down.
There you go.
Because I felt like, hey, it's like, one friend asked me, hey, did you go vote for your best guy? Of course I did. I voted for myself.
Eric Nelson, Supreme Court Justice.
Supreme Court Justice, President, I'll do it all. I mean, why not? You know what I'm saying? At least I'll get it done. If you're screwed up, you're screwed up. If you're good, you're good. No matter, what side you're on.
Absolutely.
And that's really how it's supposed to be. There's supposed to be checks and balances in place to prevent stuff like this from happening.
Absolutely. And it seems like you said, it was one-sided. And again, I didn't choose any sides. But simply, if you watch
I vote for myself. Come on now.
If you watch the page, you can see no matter what the circumstances, it's a one-sided media, especially with them censoring certain things for the other. I feel like a fair election, everything being fair, would be absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, we'll get there, man.
I hope so. What's up, everybody? Eric Nelson, Manager of Champions here with a public service announcement for all of you. As some of you may know, I was in a car accident on June the 11th of this year. The other person's insurance company would not cover my damages, my medical bills, or anything else. But let me tell you, Chris, the only one out there for me is Castro Law. That's right, Castro Law, Concord Parkway, Atlanta, Georgia. He'll get you right.
All right.
He took care of me, and I know he'll take care of you. So one call, that's all. Castro Law. Well, hey everybody, Eric Nelson, Manager of Champions here at the Marietta, Georgia Flashback Games. Notice right here, we have the only 8-foot-tall Gallagher machine known to man. It's one of my personal favorites. Of course, I'm not playing right now, so my character's getting killed. But let me walk you around. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Mr. Roger Oswald.
Alright, let me show you my face.
One of the owners here at Flashback Games. We're doing the whole retail thing here. We have NES cartridges for sale at competitive prices. We also have the N64 cartridges here for sale as well. And note a few other classic retro systems as well. And right here, all the stand-up arcade games. Y'all cool me. Say what's up, everybody. Thanks for coming in today. More perennial retro favorites.
Yippee.
And in here, folks, we have a retro lounge for all you couch potato gamers like myself. This TV is set up just like our living room back in the 80s and 90s. You have the original NES, the original Super Nintendo, the original N64, and the original Sega Genesis, all ready to go right here. You go up and see Mr. Roger. Any game you want for these systems, come in here with your favorite beverage, favorite food. Hey, the possibilities are endless. In here we're set up for more of got some VR here. Now this one I'm proud of. It's an electronic pinball machine. There are more than 50 pinball games loaded into this machine. It's awesome. Now of course in here you can throw your birthday party with 20 of your close friends. Go see Roger, he'll give you competitive pricing. And of course everybody asks me, how much does it cost here at Flashback Games? Well, for the low price of $11, you can come in and play all the games you want from open to close. And you can't beat that deal, folks. You can't beat that anywhere. We are coin free. That's right, Flashback Games is coin free. So enough about politics. Let's get to the positive stuff for 2021. Let's talk about the road to MomoCon.
Oh man, it's gonna be epic.
Oh yes.
Epic.
So with any luck, we'll all be back to normal in 2021. MomoCon, for all of you who don't know, will be at Georgia World Congress Center this year. Stranglehold Championship Wrestling, making its wrestling debut there at MomoCon. 200,000 plus people, man. It's gonna be a good time.
It's a lot of people.
Not only wrestling, but you got your voiceover actors. You have the actual foundation of MomoCon itself, the gaming expo aspect. Of course, all the cosplay, all the awesome costumes, all the awesome festivities going on. 4 whole days, because you couldn't just fit that in one day.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to it. Of course, we're filming the movie. The script is getting closer and closer to completion, since we had to make other plans. Things are what they are. I know you're staying pretty booked.
Oh man, I am booked through the roof, and I want to say thank you to every person who actually books through me. T-shirts, belts, whatever it is, man. You guys, sincerely, thank you for your support. I mean, if it wasn't for the hard work and dedication that you guys allow me to have, Mr. Nelson here probably wouldn't have this beautiful belt right here.
Absolutely. And thank you again for that. That's the granddad of them all right there. So, I'm not much of a golfer. However, the Celebrity Golf Tournament coming up in June with Jeff Foxworthy, I'm looking forward to that. We're going to have our ring out there, we're going to have a small wrestling show, and all proceeds are going to body slam hunger. From what I'm understanding from the golf course, it's $200 per 4-person team. The person who ultimately wins the whole thing wins a brand new Toyota.
Wow.
Now come check that out. I'll have a flyer up on that soon as well.
Now hang on a second. Let's go back just a second.
Sure.
Did you just say, for everybody listening, you can go play golf and watch wrestling at the same time?
Yes.
And it's going to be a celebrity golf tournament.
Yes.
So that's 3 things in one place at the same time. You got
And-
wrestling,
and-
golf, celebrities.
$200 per 4-person team, and the winner of the whole thing gets a brand new Toyota.
Toyota. I mean, I'm more of a Dodge guy, but Toyotas are great.
I'm a Chevy guy, but I mean, Toyotas.
I wouldn't say no. I mean, if
Yeah, you're right.
you know I'm a car guy. You know I'm a car guy.
Right.
But that is epic, man. That's going to be awesome.
So of course we have an all-star cast in this movie coming up. Jerry the King Lawler, Coco Beware, Wildfire Tommy Rich, Tony Atlas, Jimmy Hart.
Teddy Long, man. Teddy Long.
Yeah. I'll be late on you, player.
ECW
I want a
originals.
tag team match.
And several ECW originals: Sabu, Just Incredible, C.W. Anderson, my guy right there.
It's going to be epic, man.
Oh, let's not forget our producer's favorite, Raven.
Nevermore.
Listen, I grew up a Ravens. I used to like tie a flannel shirt around my waist and wear a leather jacket, man. He was a role model, man.
Absolutely. He's such a good guy, and I can't wait to see him again. I know he's ready for COVID to be over. I spoke to him a couple of weeks ago. He says, "Yeah, I'm down to do whatever. Just let's make sure this COVID business out of the way." I said, "Absolutely, we'll handle it." He said, "But yeah, I'm down. Whatever you want to do this year, I'm ready. I'm ready to get back to work when this is over." So everybody's excited. Everybody's ready to dig back in and get crowds what they were, and get back to some sense of normal.
Well, speaking of normal, man, and getting things back, let's not forget Flashback Games.
Absolutely.
It's still open.
Flashback Games is still open, and it is still, brother, business is booming. One of our esteemed sponsors, Will Roger. Thank you guys. The most, growing up in the 80s, besides watching great legendary wrestling, there was always meeting at the arcade with your buddies, listening to tunes, playing, the hottest video games, of course, having a snack or two. And of course, one of the things I like about it is once the arcade started kind of losing wind to the consoles, we have a retro lounge set up where we got the old school consoles set up, so it's almost like, being back in the living room way back in the day,
Right.
with the Super Nintendo, you know what I'm saying?
Old school TV.
Yeah, I got the old school TV. We've got an N64 hooked up. I know I keep beating y'all at Mario Kart.
Yeah, you do.
I'm the defending Mario Kart champion still for all these years, right? But
So Flashback Games, man, $11. Actually, it's $10.99, right?
Right. Well, $11 gets you in the door from open to close. And here's the other thing: for anybody who likes video games and birthday parties, doesn't necessarily have to be a birthday party. Let's say if you're the corporate type and you want to have a nice, relaxed business meeting, $265 for you and 25 of your closest people. You can't beat it.
That's epic.
And we give you 2 hours before the place even opens.
And the games are play as much as you want, as long as you want. There is no coins. You pay the flat fee, you get in there, you play your heart out.
I don't know how many times I just beat Ninja Turtle Arcade in the last week I was over there.
I can't tell you the amount of money I wasted trying to beat that
Oh yeah,
when I was a kid.
No kidding. I spent like $20-25 to beat that game
Absolutely.
back in the day. But then of course we have the only 8-foot tall Galaga machine in existence.
It is massive.
And of course, Galaga is the all-time classic. I still hold the record, for you would-be warriors out there. But yes, Flashback Games, thank you. Thank you for sponsoring
I'll tell you what, I'll make a special deal with any person watching this. You mention this podcast, and you beat his score on Galaga, and I'll make you a t-shirt that says, I beat the manager of champions. Straight from Paradise Customs.
I love it. Good luck. So, let's see, we were talking about AEW earlier. What's your thoughts there?
Alright, so the hype around social media is the Young Bucks right now.
Right.
They just won the tag team championships. Alright, so
Something about they didn't even want to?
yeah, so it's rumored they didn't want to win the titles. It's rumored that they didn't book the match. Everybody knows they're bookers there.
Mm-hmm.
The entire elite is the bookers.
Right.
And it's rumored that they didn't want to book it, but the owner of the place came in and said, we need you as tag team champions, we want you to take it over. Now everything's rumors, nobody actually knows anything unless you're there. But as a wrestling fan reading it, it's pretty entertaining, man.
Oh yeah.
Especially when you give the facts. They're going on year number 2, right? They just started year number 2. They hadn't held the titles yet. Kenny Omega hadn't held the title yet. Cody's not allowed to hold the world title. I mean, he's been TNT champion. But it seems to be that, they're trying not to be selfish. They're trying to give other people a spotlight, which is really cool, man. Although, in my opinion, the Elite is the absolute biggest draw there. Like, to me, if I was to book the card, I would have put Kenny Omega with the title the very first night. I feel like he's just got the gift to do it all.
Right.
I'm not a fan of Jon Moxley. I can't wait till the title comes off of him. But it seems like they're being very, very reluctant to put the title here
I'm hearing rumors that Moxley may return to WWE.
Man, there's all kinds of rumors right now.
I'm hearing those rumors.
I read Triple H reached out to every person on their roster and offered them a spot in NXT for more money than what they're making over there.
But that's a rumor.
Oh, yeah, rumor.
So with WWE, of course, one of the big 4, one of my favorites, Survivor Series is coming up. Now I gotta tell you, just my humble opinion, and that's all it is. It's worth what it is, my opinion. I don't think this year's Survivor Series has the clout to measure up to the past Survivor Series in the history of this business. It's just really hard to see anybody that's a breakout star anymore over there.
Right. You know what? Rocky Maivia, The Rock, he got his start at Survivor Series.
Absolutely.
There was someone else that's really, really big. The Undertaker, Survivor Series. There were several others, but that's what it's known for, is breaking out. And
I mean, even Sting made his WWE debut at Survivor Series.
And I gotta tell you, the best thing ever in history of wrestling took place at Survivor Series.
Absolutely.
Bret Hart tapped out to his own move. He absolutely did. I don't care what they say. The Montreal Screwjob, no, he tapped. He said he quit, I guarantee it.
Because Bret screwed Bret.
Bret screwed Bret. That's all there is to be said. That's my favorite moment in Survivor Series history.
Gobbledygooker. No?
No.
Yeah.
No. Because some people just don't like talking turkey, right?
Right. Speaking of turkey, man, it's almost Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
What's your plans, man?
I'm gonna bring over a bird and some oil, and we'll fry some burgers. What do you say?
Sounds good to me.
Go like what Stranglehold does, right?
Absolutely. It's a family.
So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Just a reminder, I still am doing a little fundraiser for our fan up there in North Georgia that lost everything. So let's not forget about them. If any of y'all want to help them out in any way, get with one of us. We'll fill you in on some details, and let's see what we can do to help him. He's got a huge family. It's 9 of them, so there's a lot of them, and they literally have nothing thanks to that fire. So let's not forget about them this holiday season. I don't know. Do you think it feels like a regular holiday season this year?
Man, I'm in the supermarkets a lot, and I've been talking to people, and there's more and more people who says they're staying home than going out of town. Typically, the one of the busiest days of the year for traveling is the day before Thanksgiving, and then Sunday coming back. And more people saying they're staying at home, doing smaller get-togethers. A lot of people, and I mean this, like especially the ones that work in retail that don't have time to cook, they like to celebrate it like Golden Corral or something like that. And with Golden Corral not being open,
That's sad.
I mean they're sitting there thinking they're gonna have to buy takeout from somewhere, Chinese restaurant, something like that, because they still refuse to cook, man. And even those that cook for a living refuse to cook on Thanksgiving. They want a break, and
Right.
I completely understand.
Well, I will say this: that IHOP is still doing Thanksgiving in full form.
That's a blessing.
So that is a blessing. There's been a couple times in my military career, many moons ago, where I had to settle for some turkey and cranberry sauce at IHOP. But still a good meal, turkey, dressing, potatoes,
So one of
lots
my
of
biggest
cranberry sauce.
One of my biggest traditions, man. I mean, I don't know where you guys watch at, but here in the South we have this thing called Waffle House.
Yeah.
Usually we wake up, we spend all day cooking, and then we eat around 2, 3, maybe 4 o'clock. And then right before it's time to go to bed, you get the munchies. And
Right around the Waffle House.
absolutely, Waffle House is a place to go on Thanksgiving. Oh my God, the place is empty. It's like you're a superstar in there. It's like almost like going to a Stranglehold, and you walk in there, you see the feature presentation come out, but you are the feature presentation, and they give you whatever you want in there. They'll hook you up, and they're just thankful for the conversations.
Absolutely.
Support local restaurants. I sincerely
Yes,
mean
definitely. There's a lot of these mom and pop restaurants that are still trying to keep the Thanksgiving spirit alive and offering these big meals. Help them out. Small businesses is in trouble.
They really are everywhere.
And especially this year with everything being so up in the air with the climate in this country right now. Small businesses are hurting the most, for real. In your mom and pop restaurants, of course, the arcade we mentioned, support. That's all I can say. Support your small businesses, folks.
So hopefully we have a vaccine, man. Pfizer seems to be 90%.
Yeah, that's what it seems like, yeah.
So hopefully, like based on everything that I heard on the radio today, they're going to start next month, which is December. They're going to start passing those out. And then there's 2 other companies that also have near 90% success
No,
rate.
they're still trying to make this stuff mandatory.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't become mandatory, but we'll see what happens, man. I think it's depending.
My position, it's like I don't always get the flu shot every year. And this will be one of those things where I'm not really sure I'm going to take that vaccine. I did the anthrax vaccine when I was in the service. And let me tell you what, that was one of the worst things I could have ever done.
Did you get sick?
Yes, I got very sick for a while.
What happened to anthrax, man? Like this is really big right now because there was so many things that were dished out at us that we feared opening the mailbox. You remember that?
I do.
And
I was actually in the service then, so yeah.
so you're actually pretty lucky, maybe, because more than likely you were on a boat, right? Because you're Navy.
Well,
And so you didn't have to worry about like mail coming in too often, but
well, we still kept our alert up. We still our force protection conditions stayed pretty high for most of 2001,
but
on into 2002.
I definitely remember watching the news, which I was a little bit too young to do anything then, but I remember watching the news and then the postal workers were wearing suits, like hazardous suits.
Yeah.
and then it just seems like overnight just went away. So
Yeah, and then of course there were several of us that took the anthrax vaccine, and I'm telling you what, it's not good health wise.
I can imagine. I don't think the COVID vaccine is going to be good health wise, but I'm not an expert, and I'm not
Neither
telling
am
you
I.
guys what to do. But
I mean, I'm going to exercise some discretion here and probably pass on that because, like I said, I haven't done a flu shot in, I don't know, 5 years. I just haven't seen the need for it. I think as long as you keep yourself healthy and do the best you can on that end, take care of yourself, all that stuff will work itself out. Eat right,
say your prayers, take your vitamins.
Well, that's the other thing is there's a lot of folks out there don't like orange juice, but I found orange juice is like one of the #1 boosters of your immune system.
Alright, so I'm going to be 100% honest with you, man. My body does not like orange juice. And so I found some other stuff. It's like Sea Boost or whatever. There's Emergency. There's all kinds of things that help
Emergency's
you
a
out.
big one.
But I love the flavor of orange juice, man. My body just hates what it does. So, what's your favorite orange juice?
I like just the home style stuff that you can get at the grocery store.
I gotcha. I love the pulp stuff, man.
Yeah, me too.
That stuff is awesome. Reminds me of being home. I grew up in Florida, so we had like fresh squeezed everywhere. It was awesome, man. But Tropicana has a good one, and the other one I think it's called Florida Grove or Florida's Best or something like that. I love it. It comes in a cool little bottle.
So definitely, whatever works for you, let it work for you. Stay healthy, especially during the holidays. Try your best to get plenty of rest, because to me, your rest and taking care of your body it's the age-old secret.
Absolutely. So we just touched base on Thanksgiving. We touched base on orange juice. But I seen something that came across social media yesterday. I've got to know your opinion on it.
Okay.
Fireball eggnog.
I'll be honest, I don't like either one.
I'm right there with you, man. I hate the texture of eggnog. It smells really good, but I hate the texture of it. And I don't drink. But
Well, even when I drank, Fireball wasn't my thing. I wasn't a Crown Royal guy. And I'll tell you a Crown Royal Christmas story. My late step-grandfather, even when I was too young to drink alcohol, he would always buy one of those gift boxes with Crown Royal in it,
Right.
2 glasses. He always take one glass for himself and hide it. And he would fold a $50 bill, stick it in the other glass, and put everything back in the box all nice and neat. Wrap it. That was my Christmas gift. So I get $50 in a bottle of Crown that I had to share with him. So when I'd open it, he'd have his glass like, start pouring, boy.
that's awesome.
So, that was Christmas to me. That and, of course, my great-grandparents, my grandparents, and of course, and my mom's awesome cooking. That makes Christmas.
Yeah, home cooked meal, man. I mean, we spoke earlier about people who doesn't do it a lot. But, man, especially on Christmas, home cooked. One of our big things was my granny always made a ham. And I'm telling you that I could eat that ham for the next 2 weeks and not complain about it. Now, I wasn't big on turkey. I love the lady to death, God rest her soul, but she always dried the turkey out. So it wasn't until I got old enough to figure out how to cook turkey that I like turkey.
Right, and we're frying turkey, right?
We're frying turkey.
turkey.
We're going to fry turkey and we're going to smoke a turkey. It's
Okay.
going to be
Epic.
awesome.
I agree, I can't wait. So it's Thanksgiving in the studio this year. It says, because that's the bad thing about 2020 is so many people are still a little squeamish over the COVID thing.
Absolutely.
So a lot of my family don't even want to get together, which I hate it, but what it is. But I'm glad you came up with the idea, so we'll plan accordingly on that.
Absolutely.
So July, I want to do something pretty big next year, since we already have MomoCon in May, which I'm kind of holding off everything because I want MomoCon to be special. We got the golf tournament in June. We begin filming in June for our movie. So July, there's definitely something really big I want to do. If anybody has some ideas they want to pitch to me, leave them in the comments. Message me on social media. But I want to do some really big things next year because this year's been a bust for me. And I'm ready to get back to business. Ready to for us to continue to do this podcast weekly. And if anybody's got any questions they'd like us to answer on the next podcast, leave it in the comments, message one of us, and we'll be glad to give our opinions, answer your questions. You know, if anybody wants a special shout out, we can do that. Anyway, for all those of you who are still on Facebook, Stranglehold Entertainment, Paradise Customs, like and share, please. We're all over social media, so like, share, follow.
So one thing that's really cool, if we ever decide to get onto YouTube and do that platform, the more you share us, the more our following builds up. We can actually try to make money off of it. And if we make money, it's like, I think it's 10,000 hours or something like that of content.
Yeah, I believe so.
Then we get paid $1, something like that. So it'd take a whole lot of podcasts, a whole lot of likes and shares for us to ever get to that point. But all that money we could invest into getting something a little bit cooler, a little better set up, and of course goes right back into the business.
And for some of our more special people, hey man, we'll even make you a custom belt.
Absolutely. It's got Paradise written all over it.
Let's get a good look at that just once again. Oh God, that's beautiful.
I love that thing, man.
Yeah, me too. But that's it for us tonight.
Hey, it was good seeing you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for being a part of this.
See you next week.